So my siblings come up.
Come on. Michael's over there.
Mikey? Mikey. Okay.
Well, just like.
Step
Don't
out of the
tell
light.
ages.
Oh, stop.
We'll go in order of the ages. I want to be where Michael is.
No. Youngest.
Youngest.
Yeah, Michael John.
So we're all within 5 years of each other. I'm the oldest, Patty's second. They're Irish twins. They're not even a year apart. And my mother refused to admit she was pregnant until she was 6 months pregnant. My father said, "Kitty, do you have something to tell me?" She went, "No." And then finally at 6 months, she went, "I'm pregnant again." My father went, "Oh, God."
Oh, no.
So she's July 28th and she's July 11th of the next year. Yeah. And then Michael is the baby, the worshipped child because he was the only boy.
Messiah.
You know how that goes. Messiah.
In fact, the story goes that my mother is in the delivery room and it's at a Catholic hospital, a nun nurse, and my father's out in the waiting room and the nun nurse says, "I think you're having a boy." My mother went, "You're just saying that because you know I have 3 girls at home." And the nurse says, "No, I don't know that." And my mother said, yeah. So he's born, and the nun says, "Oh, it's a boy, Mrs. Donohue." And she says, "Show me." She didn't believe her at all.
Mikey.
Mikey.
We're not going to ask you that tonight. I couldn't resist. I'm so bad.
Nice, Pat.
So this is my family. Anyway.
Yeah, you got a
Your
dance
grandfather
now?
Peter.
No.
My grandfather Peter, we grew up in Connecticut, outside of Groton, Connecticut, in a place called Uncasville, which nobody knew of until they built the Mohegan Sun Casino. Now everybody knows where Uncasville is. But we would go to New York City to visit the grandparents, both sets, probably once every 2 months. So I remember my grandparents probably the best because my mother's mother lived till she was 89, so she died in 1989. The rest of them died in the 60s. But when he asked me about Peter Donohue, I said, and my husband even asked me, he says, "Do you remember your Peter Donohue speaking with a brogue?" I said, "To tell you the truth, I don't think the man said but 2 words to me." All I remember is Pop-Pop, that's what we call him. Pop-Pop sitting in his chair, puffing on his pipe. I mean, he didn't say anything. Mary Mulligan ruled the roost, so she talked all the time. So, I mean, really, he was a very quiet man. Well, I have 2 children. I have Elizabeth and Andrew. Elizabeth is 31. She got married in April 23rd, 2011. She has no children. My son Andrew will be 30 October 29th. Sorry, I got that backward. And his wife is Jade, and he has 2 children. His daughter, it'll be 3, and his son just turned a year old in January. So Riley, Grace, and Tristan John. Patty?
Well, I'm much younger than her because I am, because how old are your children?
31 and 30.
31 and 30. I have an 18-year-old. I'm only 2 years younger, but good things come to those who wait. This is my husband Daniel. We have an 18-year-old, just started college. His name is Liam McNamara.
Patrick McNamara.
Liam Patrick McNamara, yes.
If it had been a girl, her name would have been Molly Maureen McNamara. Molly Mo Mac.
Yeah.
I was rooting for that.
That's our only child. Sheila, you're up.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay. I live in Annapolis, Maryland, and I have... What?
I said I forgot to say where I live. That's okay.
All right.
14.
Much younger than Patty by a few months. And I have 3 daughters who are, 27, 24, and 22. All graduated from college, but only one is employed. So I don't know if that's a good thing. Probably not, but anyway. Mike?
I'm Michael. I have my wife here, Teresa, and and we have twins, 2 boys, 17 years old, starting their senior year of high school, and we don't know where they are right now. They're somewhere in North Carolina. We're from Potomac, Maryland, and that's it. Just those 2.
They're not identical.
Fraternal
Fraternal.
boys.
Yes.
So
One
that-
has red hair, so
Yeah.
we don't know.
their names.
Names are Mark and Matthew.
Yeah. Mark and Matthew. No Michael. You
No
didn't carry down the
Michael.
name.
I
Oh,
couldn't,
Michael.
my dad wanted me to name the first one Michael. I said, you can't do that when you're having twins. What's the second one going to say? Well, you were 16 minutes later, too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad wasn't too happy about that. No,
Yeah, no,
he got kind of mad, but.
That would have been the third. I'm a junior.
Mm-hmm.
So.